These are a few of the things that I wish I knew earlier in my studying sessions. The first thing would be that you need to have and apply the 80-20 rule, which basically means that for the 20% of the work that you do, you get the 80% of the results. So that means that if you just do practice tests and you basically revise, you will get the most of the information right like that quite easily in your brain. The last 20%, it is not that important. It will not bring your mark that much higher. So it is that much more important for you to actually do the 20% to leverage the 80% of the result. What does it look like? You stop doing the meaningless things that you know that are not going to add on your score. So that could be highlighting your notes, organizing stuff, and just doing the fake work, fake productivity. You get rid of that. You only do the practicing. You'll be golden. You will have the highest leverage possible. Now, I'm Martin. I am a student who has never gotten a worse grade than a B at the end of the school year, and my parents always ask me, Martin, how do you get such good grades when we don't even see you studying? I don't really like studying, so I don't do it much. I only do it when it is necessary. But when I do it, I excel at it. So that means that I have all this free time for myself, but also the good grades that the nerds who dedicate themselves for. That's something that I think you would want too. If that is true, go to the link in the description and check out a course that I made just for people like you and me who are just tired of mindless studying without any efficiency, bro. So this will give you back your time while simultaneously improve your grades. Now, the next thing that I wish I knew earlier is that the stress that I feel in school, or that you might feel also, isn't necessarily from the test itself. It's from the lack of confidence. So when I lack confidence on some parts of the topic, I will get stressed as hell. But only because I know what I don't know. That is very fixable. You just need to know which topics of the subject are going to be on the test, then just fill out the most basic stuff. Also, it stems from just studying the last second possible, and you might forget one part, and you already know it's going to be on the test, and you already know you're going to get it wrong. That's where the stress comes from. You eliminate it by being prepared. And preparation stems from the practice tests. So it goes right back into the leverage stuff. It all comes back to that. So not only it will give you more time, better grades, but also stress-free life. Now the next thing, that would be to actually build like a network in your school. Let me explain. When you're going to all these classes, you have your normal class with your classmates where you spend most of the time with these people. But then you also have these parallel classes which are on the same year, and they are taking the exact same materials, even with the same teachers. But because of the school schedule, some classes might get the hours before you, and you might get some hours before the parallel class. Now, because you have the same teachers, you will get through the same material and the same courses. Most likely, they will make tests very similar to theirs. So we will get all the same tests, the same homeworks, the same assignments, the same presentations. This is where networking is valuable, man. You can create a network, obviously, in your class where you just have your friends and you send each other just stuff that you need to do. Maybe you have missed some classes, so they fill you up. That's fine, that's normal. But what even more valuable is contacting the parallel classes. Just trading this information. Because it is so valuable to know that, oh, I'll write a test on this topic tomorrow, which was unannounced. That is so powerful. Because you already know, you anticipate the test. So you can prepare, you can do the preparation tests. I think that you already see the potential it has. So what I want you to do is to actually implement this right now. Go ahead, get like a Discord server or whatever, it doesn't really matter. Invite some people from the parallel classes which might be interested in trading this info. And whenever you write the test, you just say, hey, we wrote the test, it was on this, or these questions were on this test. And then just ask them to send info back. So this is the leverage that I was talking about earlier. You not only leverage the practice tests, you also leverage your knowledge. Because, it's hard. It is hard to learn for tests which you don't know when they are coming. So this way, you will know. Of course, if you're the first class to write this test, you cannot prepare for that if it's unannounced. But you can mitigate the risk. You can mitigate the basically lowering of your grades overall. Since for 1 or 2 tests you might get like a C, but for the rest of the test you will get an A, so it will average out. And that's basically all I wanted to say. Go to the link in the description and check out the course if you actually want to improve your studying. Also subscribe because I've already given you value.